Hi, I'm Robert, and today's episode is brought to you from the Toyota Music Factory in the Texas Lotto Plaza, which is one of our favorite venues. So stay tuned, and I'm going to tell you how to handle rejection when you go to apply for your media passes. Okay, let's all face it. Rejection sucks.
You've been rejected.
You've been rejected. Okay, so it's terrible. We don't all like it at all. But what happens when you get rejected? That's what we're going to go about today. There's several reasons you can be rejected. Sometimes you're not rejected. Sometimes you are and you don't even know it, but we're going to cover all that. You apply for your media pass, you send out a letter, you work hard, you get everything all squared away, and all of a sudden this letter comes in, this email that says, no, you've been rejected. What should you do first? The very first thing is to read the rejection letter and read it thoroughly. In the last 3 years, I've been rejected 3 times. 3 times. And last year I shot 42 shows, a lot of them in this place right here. The first rejection I got was from a band that I shot back in the 1980s. I shot them twice, and I wanted to shoot them and then shoot them again now so I could get a now and then kind of thing. And I got it rejected from them, and I didn't have any idea why. The venue in Fort Worth approached them twice, and they said no. So at that point, I had to go and say, all right, move on. That's all you can do. All right, so at that point, you've got to put your ego away, and don't overthink things. Don't get belligerent, don't get hostile, don't get upset, even though it is upsetting. Just go with it. Another time I was rejected was about a little over a year and a half ago. I got rejected by Willie Nelson in his camp, and I got a letter and an email, and it came out and it said Willie's not having anybody do photography at this point. And at that point I had to respect Willie's wishes, because I could thoroughly understand it. He didn't want to mess with photographers, he didn't want the hassle, he didn't want to put up with it. So at that point I was very happy that they were very professional, and they sent me a letter letting me know the reason why things happened. Recently I got rejected, and the reason I was rejected was my credentials were not good enough for the artist. They wanted to have their own people, their own media outlets cover them. And at that point I had to read their rejection letter and read it real thoroughly, and I was kind of like a little bit confused until I read it, and then I understood it. They had certain people they wanted to allow to photograph them, and that's their right, and that's fine. So what I did is what I could do, and I went out and found another media outlet that I can work with that would hopefully get me able to photograph the show. We're still in progress with that, and we hope everything goes well. If they don't, well, they don't, but that's part of it. So that being said, we're looking forward hopefully to shooting them in late June. It's still up in the air, but what we did is read that letter, followed their directions, and we're going to go see if we can photograph them and do it properly. Don't get aggravated, don't get upset, don't be belligerent, don't try to do stuff that normally make a scene or actually piss somebody off. Just don't do it. If it gets down to it, we're just going to move on. Now, there's a type of form of what you may think you're being rejected that we should cover, that you're not actually being rejected. Large amount of artists don't have time, and their social media and their email is not their main thing in life. So a lot of them don't even monitor their own Facebook or their own Instagram or their own email. So sometimes you'll send out a letter and to several different people. I normally send it out to the manager, to the marketing team, to the venue, and I get no response from somebody. That doesn't mean I've been rejected. That means that probably they may have never ever seen it. We did a show here at Toyota back last summer where I'd photographed one of the artists in the group of 4, and there were 3 others that we were interested in photographing. 2 of them, we got a reply from one, an okay from another one when we arrived, and the 4th one, or the 3rd one, we never even knew if they saw our communication at all. The one artist that we did talk to said she doesn't monitor her Facebook or doesn't read her own email, so that's just the way that is. Don't take that as rejection, but just take it as learning to communicate. Okay, there's some other things you should know about rejection. You can't please everybody. There is a big possibility the people that you're dealing with do not know you. That's the first thing. I don't have a clue who the heck you are. Second thing is, you may have people that do know you. All right, they may like you, they may not. They don't like you? Okay, so they may not know your work, they may not know or like your style. There may be several reasons for the way things happen and you get rejected. Do not copy other people's work. That's one of the other things I'll mention. When it gets down to it, be polite. Do not get upset. Do not just if you have that problem and you get upset, just walk away. But always be polite and always strive to improve what you're doing. This is a big thing. If you go out and you get your website and you get your Facebook page and you get your Instagram where people can see it, it makes it a lot easier to point people in that direction so they'll know what you do. Okay. If you find any of this helpful, useful, whatever, if you have any comments, concerns, confusions, whatever, like that kind of stuff, go ahead and put it in the comments. Like these videos if you would, and please subscribe. It helps us out quite a bit. And please come visit the Toyota Music Factory and the Texas Lotto Plaza. It's a great facility, and we'll see you next week. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.